Hi friends, hey Facebook, hey YouTube. All right guys, today we're gonna do it. You guys have told me you're interested. I asked and you guys answered. You guys wanna know how you can use Porch Nook paint on fabric upholstered furniture. It can be done. So here we go. I'm going to get started. First of all, I want you to know on this live, I provided links to all the tools and materials I'm using on this live, as well as I also provided you a link to the blog post that basically outlines the step-by-step process and how to do this. So, you know, if you don't understand something that I'm saying on this video, first of all, I apologize. But secondly, just know that you can hit that link and you'll have all the information right there, as well as links to all the materials that you need. All right, so before I get started, quick introduction. My name is Kristen LeDuc. I am the owner of Porch Nook, a decorative paint business located in Folsom, California. I make paint. I also donate a percentage of paint sales to lung cancer research. That is how I repurpose with purpose. Okay, let's get started. I'm sorry, my hand's a little bit shaky. So here we go. Painting fabric upholstered furniture. I'm going to go through the step by step. Yes, it can be done. Here's the thing. If you have, this technique is recommended for pieces that are primarily for decorative purposes, like items in your home that may have like really low traffic, meaning use, right? It's like, this is not for you if you want to do this to a couch, maybe that's in your living room that you use every single day. It's also not recommended for households that may have dogs that may jump on furniture, as well as small children, because it's simply that the color, it will wear pretty quickly if you have heavy use on an item where the upholstery is painted. Also, make the first number one question too is that, hey, does it get on your clothes when you sit on it? The answer is no. It is safe to use. It is safe to sit on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little concoction together, what I'm going to use and to apply to this chair using Porch Nook's Kiddie Pool, which is like a bright cyan blue, and will actually complement a collection that I'm developing using this fabric swatch right here. It's basically like a bright blue, well, kiddie pool blue, really bright, really happy looking blue color. So I'm just going to put this together real quick for you guys because you said you're interested. Let's do this. Let me know, because basically I've gone out a few times. If you guys could please let me know if you're seeing this live. Okay, that would be so great. Throw me an emoji, throw me a comment, let me know where you're watching from. That would be so great. I'm going to put you on a clip, and I'm going to put my little formula together for you on what I use to create the paint that I use for the chair. Sorry, you're bouncing. Here we go. You guys ready? You guys ready? We're putting this together. We're going to put my concoction together. All right. What you're going to use is 1 part Porch Nook paint, which is a latex-based paint, which is highly recommended for painting fabric upholstery only because it provides you the softest possible outcome of the fabric, okay? Yes, you can use other brands. Yes, you can use other types of paint, but to achieve, again, the softest surface you can achieve, use a latex-based like Porch Nook. So I'm going to use 1 part Kiddie Pool Porch Nook paint. I'm going to use 1 part Delta Creative Textile Medium. Again, the links are to this live on everything that I'm using. 2 parts hot to warm water. Doesn't have to be boiling, just hot water. Yeah, and then a foam brush, guys. That's all you need. That's all you need. All right, let's put this together. So for this chair, you know, after I'm done putting this all together, I'm going to show you the back side of the chair that I've already painted, okay? But I just want to show you how easy it is to put your mixture together. So again, it's 1 part paint, 1 part textile medium, 2 parts hot water. Here we go. All right, I'm just gonna put, basically I've already started painting the back of my chair. That's why I already have some in my jar here. So I'm just gonna add to it. 1 part Kiddie Pool. So I'm using a 1/4 cup. And then just give it a little bit shake. I got my textile medium. Again, you guys have the links there to this textile medium. It'll just direct you to Amazon. It's an easy find. You can find it at Joann Fabrics, as well as Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I am quite confident of that. All right, there's my 1 part Delta fabric medium. And then I already measured 2 parts hot water. And you simply mix it up. All right, guys. Now, before you work on your chair, whatever fabric upholstered item you may be painting, you have to have a tart down, because the consistency of your mixture is very watery. Therefore, it's prone to splattering. I mean, you'll find spots on you you did not expect. I actually went out shopping right after I did the backside of this chair, and I didn't realize I had kiddie pool spots all over my face. I didn't even know. It was all over my arms. So do make sure that you protect the area that you're working on, around the piece that you're working on. All right, you simply stir up your concoction. All right, now we're ready to go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move you guys to the clip right by the chair. I'm gonna show you the back side where I've already painted it and already sanded it. And then we're gonna paint together on the body of the chair. Here we go. Here we go. Moving you. Take some Dramamine. Here we go. All right. Oh, good. The camera angles are working out. Except for you're going a little bit sideways. There we go. All right. Here is the original fabric of the chair. This is going to be the outcome color. What do you think? Give me some emojis. Let me know what you think. After I apply the paint to the front side, I'm going to demonstrate on the back side how you actually sand down each coat with a 220 grade sandpaper, which is the finest coarse sandpaper you can find. And it just helps you return back to the softer texture of the original fabric. Does that make sense? And I'll show you how that works out. So first we're going to work on the front side. Let me get my stuff. All right, let me know if you guys can see this okay. Let me know if this angle is working for you. And I'm sorry if the neighbor kids are out playing. I love the sound of summer playtime, but also we're a very friendly bunch. So somebody actually dropped by and say, hey, I hope you don't mind. Okay, step number one, when painting fabric upholstered furniture, you have to be emotionally prepared. Because it will change the feeling of your furniture. Your feeling of your furniture is probably very soft, smooth. It will change the texture of your furniture to maybe like closer to an outdoor cushion type texture. On this particular chair, after I sand between each coat, I'm actually achieving almost the original soft feel of the cushion. But on some other fabrics that may not actually happen. So just the worst case scenario is that it may feel like an outdoor cushion, okay? The other thing you should know is any type of detail or pattern that you may have on your chair will show through on the finished piece. So let me show you something. So I have like this tattered, pulled thread look to my chair here. I'm gonna show it to you here real quick. Up close. Let me know if you can see this okay. Do you see kind of like the pulled threads? That's not going to go away. Also, these pulled threads have some texture to them, kind of like a raised thread feel to it. That's not going to go away. So if you have a pattern on, like let's say like a paisley or a check pattern, it will show through your coat of paint, no matter how many coats of paint you put on it. But you know what? It actually can look really, really cool. So don't be frustrated. Also, and here's my little disclaimer, before you use this technique on any type of piece of furniture, just like how I ask you guys to test any technique on a wood board or like a cabinet board before you apply it onto an actual piece, for something like this, go to a thrift store. Get yourself a pillow. They're like a buck a pop, right? Practice the technique on the pillow. Get different types of textures, get different types of prints, and see how it translates, right? And then you're going to feel even 100% confident on how to move forward. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. I'm going to get started. I'm loving the result of this. This piece I'm going to be using for a collection of furniture, and this is going to really complement a fabric swatch that I am working around for my concept. Before you paint, you do need to make sure that don't paint over dirty furniture, guys. Make sure it's a good, clean piece, okay? If you are really questioning the integrity of the foam, do you think there's mold, or do you think it was exposed to a lot of moisture? Don't do this. This won't hide the problems, guys. You gotta make sure it's a clean piece. So for me to prepare for this piece, This, by the way, only cost me $1 at a thrift store, this beautiful chair. I made sure I checked it out inside and out. I smelled it. I gave it the smell test. It passed the smell test. I also gave it a cleaning and made sure it was thoroughly dry before I got started. Oh, where's my water bottle? I almost forgot my water bottle. Where it is. All right. Okay. So just make sure your stuff is clean. There are some horror stories out there where people say, don't paint your fabric furniture. Well, that's because, again, that's people trying to cover up a really bad situation with paint. Paint can't fix everything. Glitter can, maybe, but not paint. All right, you guys ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right, because this is a very watery mixture, and a lot of our fabrics may have an old Scotch Guard or like a moisture repellent type chemical in it, it can drip if you don't spray down your fabric. Just get it moist. Don't get it dripping wet. Just mist to get the fabric a little bit wet, and then you go. The wetness will help reduce the dripping that you may experience. Here we go. Again, very watery. Let me show you. See that? So it will splatter. Again, protect your area with tarps, blankets, whatever you got. Here we go. What do you think? It's that easy. So for this particular, what's nice of my little strategy here is that this is a blue chair with mild texture on the fabric. I'm basically applying a blue on top of an existing blue. Now, if I were painting this blue, let's say on top of a red chair, it will probably take quite a few coats of doing this in order to make it a red chair blue, all right? But because I'm applying blue paint on a blue chair, I'm probably gonna need maybe only 2 coats. And you do sand between coats using a 220 grade. And again, I know I'm repeating myself, but I see that some of you guys are just joining us. The reason why you sand between coats is that it helps you bring back the softer texture of the original fabric. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me know where you are. Let me know if you have any questions. I will be saving this live after I'm done so you guys can go back to it. You can also find the step-by-step instructions and a link to this live. So if you miss anything, you can just click on that link. It'll direct you to porchnook.com. Does that sound good? Oh, you hear the kids screaming? Everything's okay. They're just having fun at the pool. So I am using a foam brush. I recommend that. Very much so. Just apply the good, even layer of paint. Let me put it on an angle here so you can see it better. 1 second. I have the legs covered with newspaper so I don't splatter. I probably should have waited to paint the legs until after I was done with this, but you know, to each their own. It's important that when you apply the paint that it's not dripping and totally saturated. You have to resist the temptation to layer on the paint in order to skip steps. Don't skip steps. Don't skip steps. Don't say that 5 times or 10 times real fast. Don't skip steps. Don't skip the coats, because that's going to allow you a really good outcome if you just allow yourself multiple coats. You're going to really love how it looks. All right, let's do the other side. I want to turn it around for you guys so you can see what's going on. Can you see that okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can see that okay. Let me just switch sides here. Here we go. So again, the color I'm using is Kiddie Pool. It's mixed in with my hot water and textile medium. And you can find the links for all the products that I'm using on this live. There we go. Just push you over so I can see you guys. There we go. So this particular chair, I specifically bought this chair so I could demonstrate how this can be done. I got it for $1. I mean, seriously, how many times have I have passed on so many beautiful upholstered chairs just because reupholstering it was so intimidating to me. I passed on so many opportunities. I mean, I know my limitations. I can staple like with the best of them. But when it comes to upholstering something like this, this is not in my wheelhouse of skills. But this I can do. Now again, this technique, now I'm just going to repeat myself a little bit here because some of you are just joining us. This technique is really recommended for pieces that will be primarily used for decorative decorative purposes only, like very minimal use. If you have small children, animals that perhaps would jump on a piece of furniture, this technique is not for you, okay? All right. So I am going to just finish the back side here, and then I'm just going to demonstrate for you guys the sanding on the back side that I've already painted with 2 coats. Can you see that okay? Well, you know what? You can see this okay, so I'll paint the seat as well. Stuff. Another tip for you is that I highly recommend that you apply the paint in a direction, the same direction as the threads or the fabric grain. So clearly when I look at this fabric, the grain of the textile is definitely vertical. It's not going horizontal. I recommend you go with the fabric and the stitch. So you see this is the first coat. This is the original cushion. Yeah, oh, I'm loving it. It's gonna look so good. All right, so this shows you what it's like with one coat. When it dries, and make sure it's thoroughly dry before you do this, you're gonna sand this down with the 220 grade sandpaper. That's the finest grade of sandpaper you can find. And again, before you sand it, and when you feel it, it feels a lot more like an outdoor cushion. When you sand it down, you'll definitely achieve a softer texture. It'll also take care of any pilling that may occur. Pilling is like, you know how you have woolly sweaters and you get these like balls of fabric kind of gathered by your armpit area because you're always rubbing. It'll get rid of any type of pilling that may occur just because of the rubbing of the foam brush on the fabric. Okay? All right, I'm going to stop painting and I'm going to show you guys the sanding part. How's that sound? Here we go. Here is the back side. Here is my 220 sandpaper. I provided a link to the sandpaper that I'm using today. It's 3M 220 grade. I recommend it. All right, this is 2 coats. I applied the first coat, sanded it, then I applied the second coat. And again, it's got kind of like this outdoor cushion type of feel to it. If it doesn't bother you guys, don't sand it. Really, it's okay. Really, I mean, especially if it's a decorative piece that's going to have low use. Yeah, just leave it alone. I love it. It's like the color, in my opinion, is really vibrant when you don't sand it. But I want to apply, I want to achieve a softer texture, so I'm going to sand it a bit. And you don't need much. it's already so much softer already. Resist the temptation to just keep sanding, because it will wear down the color. It will. I'm sanding with the grain of the fabric. You can see that the color is hardly being affected at all. Like like on the camera, it looks like the color is really saturated. I'm not really seeing any difference whatsoever. Here, what I'm seeing is very light streaks of a lighter shade of the paint color, only because of the sanding. I'm going to apply a damp cloth to get rid of any dust. And those white little streakies should go away. Oh, yeah, it feels great. It doesn't feel the same as the original fabric. It doesn't. Again, be emotionally prepared, but it still feels really good. I'm really happy with it. I'm just going to get a wet washcloth, just wipe it down, and we're all set. Hold on 1 second. Sorry for the delay. Here we go. I should have had this ready. Sorry. 1 second. Here we go. I'm just going to wipe down the dust and the slight white streaks that occurred when I sanded the color. But now they're gone because I wiped off the dust. All done. This is what 2 coats looks like, guys. 2 coats of kiddie pool. So I'm not keeping this chair for myself. I will be staging it with a whole collection of furniture that actually are complemented by this color. I will put it for sale. However, I will have to be very clear to the buyer that the purpose of this chair should be for decorative purposes, really only. And anyone who may have animals, small animals, large animals, small children, overzealous husbands, should not own this chair. So this technique is perfect for that little nook you may have in your home. Put it with a little side table and a cute pillow. Beautiful. Just beautiful. That's basically the tutorial, guys. So again, on this live, I provide the links to the blog post where I provide the step-by-step. It will direct you to porchnook.com. I also provided you links to all the materials I used today. In this video, you can see how stinking easy this is. So stinking easy. Just make sure you do it with a nice, good, clean piece of furniture. Don't try to hide bad, scary things with paint. Paint does not fix everything, but it sure can make things really pretty when they're in good condition, right, and clean. All right, so for the rest of this live, I'm simply going to keep on painting the rest of the front side of this chair. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. Thank you. It's an honor, and thanks for your interest in this topic. Yeah, I'm just going to keep painting. Let me know if you have any questions. When I am done with this video, again, I will save it and I will post it on YouTube as well as on Porch Nook's Facebook page, okay? There we go. So today, in Folsom, California. All right, first of all, Folsom is, it's a beautiful town, beautiful people. They've got amazing history here. There are a lot of firsts here in American history here in Folsom. But what's really neat is that there is a historical town area. It's on what's called Sutter Street. And there, they have a blacksmith forge. And all day today, my kid and I, we were watching my husband pound it on steel. It was so great. He's been doing blacksmith classes now for about 4 months. We got him certified last year, like this weekend on Father's Day. We got him certified. Took us a while to get him on the list to get actually classes because it's in such high demand. But yeah, he's been making tools and spikes. Fascinating. You know what's also, I've been growing kind of jealous, but I know this is his thing. Like, painting's my thing. Pounding on steel is my husband. But I have been curious if it really takes brute strength to pound on the metal, you know, to blacksmith. I'm really curious. Because I watch shows like, what is it, on the History Channel? What's the name of that show? Forge of Fire? I haven't seen one woman on that show. Gotta ask him about that. You know, does it really take brute strength or not? I'm wondering. It's the ultimate DIY experience. Between coats, you gotta make sure your piece is dry. So then you, again, can sand it down. And then before you apply your next coat, you gotta make sure it's dry and sand it. I was once asked, can you stencil on a piece of furniture? The answer is absolutely yes. But again, I think it would fall in the same category of rules where it has to be a low use item. Very low traffic, minimal use. You may see, if you search like painted furniture or burnt couches, I would not use this on a couch, guys. This technique for a large piece, I wouldn't do it. I don't recommend it. There is such a thing as a canvas being too big. And also traditionally a couch is a heavy use, high traffic item. See, oh gosh, I'm splattering a lot here. Splattering a lot. I personally like to put my mixture in a mason jar so I can easily put a lid and just seal it while I'm waiting between coats. It's a great way to store it. So granted, I know I'm supposed to be going along with the grain, but you know, this piping here, it's just hard to get into there without going sideways, going horizontal. So I'm going to do that. I also want to make sure I don't drip on the legs of my chair. I know it's no big deal if I do, because I always can just either sand off the blue color or just paint over it, but still, I hate to do things twice. Can you hear the kids? Sounds like someone's dying, but they're okay. They're just playing at the pool. What I do like to do between coats too is I like to put a fan on it just to help the drying process. I like to wait at least 24 hours between coats too, just to make sure that the interior, the cushion, and everything is dry. And putting on a fan or two on a piece is really helpful. There we go. So I just have to do the side of, oh, these corners are so tired and so brown just from wear. And it's just so satisfying to see it look brand new again with the color. What I will do after I'm done here is I will zoom in on the cushion so you can see how the texture as well as the grain of the original fabric, how it actually still shows through. the blue color, the blue kiddie pool paint color. There we go. Can you see that okay? Let me know if you can see that okay. Oh my gosh, I can hear the ice cream truck coming. Can you hear that? It's playing the entertainer. So here I'm going to go along with this. Unlike the front where I had to go kind of awkwardly go this way, fabric is going this way on this side of the chair, so that makes things go a little bit easier, a little bit faster. If the comments to this live are blocking your view, you can just swipe the comments to the side. And it'll clear your view. I'm just going to do the other side of the chair and let it dry. We're good. Oh, this is going to look so cute. You see that okay? There you go. Again, if comments are blocking your view, you can just swipe them to the side and they'll go away. So I'm probably going to have to make, I covered quite a bit of area with the 1 to 1 to 2 ingredients that I added here. Again, it was 1 part textile medium, 1 part paint, 2 parts hot water. So basically I used a 1/4 cup of paint, 1/4 cup of textile medium, 2 parts, like 1/2 cup of hot water. That was my the size of my amount of mixture that I allowed myself. I'm probably going to have to mix some more just to apply the second coat to this chair. But that is pretty reasonable. There we go. Oh, this is so nice. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to let this chair dry now overnight. I'm going to put a fan on it. Let it dry. What do you think? Okay, thanks again, guys, for watching. Again, this is Kristen, owner of Porch Nook, a decorative paint business located in Folsom, California, where I donate a percentage of sales, paint sales, towards lung cancer research. More specifically, the Go-To lung cancer research. That's how I repurpose with purpose. All right, so probably tomorrow I'll be painting the frame of a very large mirror, which I'm excited to get done because that's another part of another piece of the collection that I'm working on. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Message me if you have any questions. I would love to address any questions you may have. This is really new to a lot of people. There are a lot of non-believers out there, but believe me, this works. This does happen. You do not have to seal it. It does not rub off on your clothes. Just let it dry. You're good to go. You guys take care. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.